Hey guys, welcome to my video here. What we're going to be doing today is garlic brown sugar glazed salmon. So I'm going to go over a few of the things that you need first before I actually get into making it. And then I'll go into how to do it. It's really simple, and this is a really good recipe that I've used before. So it says you need 2 pounds of salmon, which you don't necessarily need that much, it's your preference, but the 2 pounds will spread the marinade more evenly on it. But as you can see, I got the salmon right here. I got about 1.7 pounds of it. And then you're gonna need 2 tablespoons of olive oil. Doesn't matter your preference, whatever you want, whatever you like. There's many styles of olive oil out there. And then you're gonna need 1/4 a cup of brown sugar. Now you can use turbinado sugar if you want to as a substitute, but it's not going to break down as easily as brown sugar. But brown sugar is the best one because it'll make it nice and sweet. The next thing is going to be soy sauce, and the soy sauce that I use is the Kikkoman, if I can pronounce that right. And you're gonna need 3 garlic cloves minced, which would be probably about 2 regular sized teaspoons or regular spoons of this one, which is what I like to use. It's already pre-mixed and it's in the sauces and juice in there. Then you're gonna need the juice of a lemon, again maybe about a teaspoon or a tablespoon maybe of that one. You just sort of mix it together and guess, and just to do your taste test like I do. Then you're going to be needing salt, 1 teaspoon of salt. And then you're going to need 1/2 a teaspoon of black pepper. And at the end of it, if you want to, you can take some lemon, slice it up, and chop it up at the end once it's all done cooking, and just sort of throw it on top. The oven is done now. And just slice the lemons up, stick it right on top here to make it look pretty. And you can put some fresh parsley if you want on top of it too, which will make it taste even better on there. I don't necessarily do the lemons because I don't like lemons that much, but it's everybody's preference. So we're going to get into it now. The first thing you want to do is preheat your oven to 350 degrees, which you just heard the oven going off, so it is already preheated and ready to go. Now next you're going to want to line a baking sheet with aluminum foil as such, as you can see. And you can either do this part now or after, but you're gonna want to sprinkle just salt and pepper on this. Just a plain salt and pepper, plain Jane, that's it, nothing else. So you're gonna do 1 teaspoon of salt. So just fill your teaspoon up right there. And the way I like to do it, you don't want to sprinkle it this way, you can just sort of like shake it. So just sprinkle the salt on it, and you can use a lot of salt if you want, but I use just enough to cover the fish, as much as you can, and it's all up to you. But like I said, I don't like a lot of salt, so you can just get rid of the rest of it. And then 1/2 a teaspoon of pepper. So we'll fill the teaspoon up, as you can see, and then same thing, just cover the whole entire fish in it. Make sure it's all covered in. If you use a little bit more, that's fine, as long as the fish is covered in black pepper. That's all that matters. You just need it. That's it. So see, you don't need a whole big amount, and if you want to, if it's concentrated in one area like mine is a little bit here, just take your hand and just run it over it. That's it. And now I know a lot of you guys that are watching this might have different opinions on it, but you can smoke salmon too, is really good. Smoked salmon has a really good flavor, and if I was allowed a smoker here in my grill still, because we live in an apartment complex, I would be smoking it right now. And that's a delicious thing. But once you get done here with that, just throw it right on your baking sheet. That's all you got to do for that part. That's the first part there. So we're going to get rid of this. And as you can see, it's on the baking sheet now. So what you want to do next now is get a small bowl, okay? Let's move that out of the way. You're going to take your small bowl and you're going to want to whisk together with a fork or a whisk, whichever you prefer. You're going to want to whisk together the olive oil, brown sugar, soy sauce, garlic, lemon juice, and more salt and pepper in there. So, in a small bowl, whisk together olive oil first. So, olive oil, like I said, you needed, 2 tablespoons of olive oil. So, we're going to do 1 tablespoon. 2 tablespoons. So there's your olive oil. Now the brown sugar is going to be 1/4 a cup of brown sugar. So you take 1/4 a cup right here, your 1/4 cup measuring cup, and just scoop it up. And you can add a little bit more or a little bit less depending on how sugary you want it or how sweet you want it. But I'm just going by the recipe that I know. And after the brown sugar, you're going to do the soy sauce, which is 1/4 a cup of soy sauce. So we're going to do 1/4 a cup of soy sauce now in there with it. Okay, there we go. And after the soy sauce is garlic. So like I said, for the garlic, maybe 2 small tablespoonfuls. So I got a small one right here, comparison to my hand. So I'll just take maybe 1 or 2 of these, throw it in there. So not heaping ones either. So 1, 2 of the minced garlic. And then your lemon juice. Your lemon juice is about 1 lemon, so I would say measuring using your spoon. I don't know measurements too well, but what I've used in the past is this. So you have 1, 2, and 3 for good measure. There. So there's your lemon juice. And then your salt and pepper to end it. So you can throw, let me see, 1 teaspoon of salt and 1/2 teaspoon of pepper. 1 teaspoon of salt. Okay. So we'll throw a little bit more salt in here. Right there. And 1/2 teaspoon of pepper. And then you're going to want to whisk all this together. Until it combines completely and it's a nice smooth recipe. That's it. Just let it all blend together. Just let all the pieces come together in there. And it'll be a little saucy and a little liquidy, but that's perfectly fine because it's going to harden up. And one ingredient I forgot to add to this that I usually do to make it a little bit better is honey. But you don't need to use a honey, seeing as though I don't have any. It's going to be perfectly fine and sticky enough as it is. And so after it's nice and whisked together, it has an amazing smell to it. You're just going to either pour it on, or you can get a brush as such and just sort of scoop it on. Okay, so the second part of the meal that we have right here is your basic vegetables, just asparagus, green beans, red, yellow and green bell peppers, mushrooms, and onions. And I threw in, right inside of there, a lot of seasonings, different ones, a little bit of Old Bay, salt, pepper, butter, and garlic. I started out with the butter, garlic base, and then sauteed all the vegetables first, and then I chopped up the asparagus last and threw them in. And that's all there is to it. Just let it smoke. Well, not smoke really, but let it cook until it's done and nice and sauteed, and it'll come out amazing. And the salmon is done. This is what you're looking for. Just a nice little golden brown, a little bit burnt around the edges, but that's okay because the inside is going to be cooked. But after it's done, just unfold it, baste it with the sauce that's in there, and stick it back in the broiler for 3 to 5 minutes. I just put this one in for 4 minutes, and this is how it turned out. It looks good. And we've also got this shrimp coming in. We're going to be doing a honey garlicky sticky shrimp with dinner. And what I'm doing with that, I've already pre-seasoned the shrimp with some Old Bay and some Everglades fish and chicken seasoning. But I started out with some butter, a little bit of garlic in there, and what we're gonna, not the honey yet.
How about now?
No. What you do, you cook it until it simmers down and most of the water is gone and the shrimp are mostly cooked, and you put the honey in at the last minute and let it thicken for the last minute or two. And that'll get the shrimp nice and sticky, and that's the best way to do it. And that's the meal right there. The salmon, the shrimp, and then all the veggies on the plate. And that is a delicious dinner. You guys should try it. And you also got a happy wife.
Hi.
So with that said, I'm just saying goodbye and yum. Time to eat.